This conference will
It's
now be
okay. It's okay.
recorded.
It's okay. No problem. Many things are like that. No, need not be under.
We can start, sir.
Control all this. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. चतुर्मुखसमारम्भं वाग्भटाचार्यमध्यमम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् रागादिरोगान् सततानुषक्तानशेषकाय प्रसृतानशेषान् औत्सुक्यमोहारदिदाञ्जखान यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै. So namaskaram to all of you. Yes, we are starting our today's session on Rutucharya. We just had one elaborate session on Kalam in our previous day. We will check मासैर्द्विसङ्घैर्माघाद्यै क्रमाद् षड्ऋदव स्मृताः शिशिरोध वसन्तश्च ग्रीष्मो वर्षशरद्भिमाः. So that is how we see in Ashtanga Hridaya. The opening Maghadhyaihi Dvisanghaihi Kramad Shadridavaha Smritaha, and the names are given. Shishirodha Vasandascha Grishmo Sharadhimanshaha Vasandaha Grishmaha Hemandam. So actually in that division of Kal, that Kshanam or Matra, up to that, from Yugam, which is a Panja Sambalsaram, in between comes this Rutu known as a Yugam. So in then Ayanam, that is what we see next. Shishiradyaastribhistaistu vidyadayanamuttaram. The southern end, so towards the north. Then Adam is also Pradidinam, Pradidinam, Dine Dine, day by day. This Uttarayanam, Adanakalam, Nranam Balam Adate. It grabs, it takes Balam of Shariram, Nranam, of human beings. Human beings can be considered as a representative here. Of the entire earth. Lokam, it grabs. Day by day, it grabs Balam. So that is why it is known as Adanakalam. And as per the movement of sun, it is known as Uttara ayanam. Ayanam gati marga. Uttarayanam. Vidyad ayanam uttaram adanam cha tadadatte nrinam pradidinam balam. Now, in the next sloka, we find more explanations regarding what is the nature of this adana kalam and everything. In Hridayam, tasmin ruksha bhavatah aditya tasmin aditya pavana. Tasmin kale adana kale margaswabhavatah. It is swabhava. It is swabhava. By default, it is like that. The movement of sun has got a swabhavika pattern. Swabhavika marga swabhavam. Because of that marga swabhavam, in Uttarayanam, Adana kalam, Aditya pavanaha, Aditya and Pavana, Atyartha tikshnoshna rukshaha. Actually, what is happening in this Rutu Chakram? The word Rutu Chakram or Kala Chakram we saw in our previous session. What is happening is a beautiful shift or very interesting shift of gunas. Certain gunas are getting established, then rest of the gunas recede, then there will be a transition phase, then another one comes to the center stage. So overall, if you observe the Kala Chakram, here more precisely not Kala Chakram but Rutu Chakram, I would like to say, you can find a beautiful drama getting staged where the characters are gunas. The characters. So I would like to all the listeners of this to be very keen about what we are talking about. Otherwise, it will go over your head. Nothing will be there inside. So here, Aditya Pava Atyartha Tikshnoshna Ruksha. Why? Marga Swabhavataha. So what happens? Saumyan Kshabayandi Gunan Bhuvaha. They Bhuvaha Saumyan Gunan Kshabayandi. Saumyan Gunan Kshabayandi. It is very important. Bhuvaha. Bhuvaha. Bhu. Earth. Bhumi. So this Atyartha Tikshno Ukshaha Aditya Pavanaha Bhuvaha Saumyan Gunan Shapayandi. Next line. Kasha Kadugo Balinotra Rasa Kramad. Atra. That means Shishiradehi Tribhihi. That is the Adana Kalam. Kramad Tikta Kashaya Kadugaha Balinaha Rasaha. And the concluding vakyam is Tasmad Adanam Agneyam. Tasmad Adanam Agneyam. So there are many confusing statements in the passage. We should be careful. He told that in this Adana Kalam Atyartha Tikshnoshna Rukshaha. Number 1. Number 2, the passage is concluded with one statement, Tasmad Adanam Agneyam. So here this Agneyam, all of a sudden creates a feeling that Agneyam Ushnadhityam. And we find three rasas explained: Tikta, Kashaya, Kalaha. Two are Sheetam. One is Ushnam. So it seems like contradictory. So we should have a proper understanding. We should be able to read between the lines. Otherwise, we will be seriously failing in understanding what is explained. This Agreda should be understood not as Agni Guna Pradhanata alone, but it is an attempt to divide the entire 6 Ritus into 2 classes, in which one is Surya predominant. So here Agni represents Surya, and the other one is Chandra predominant, which is Saumya. So with this Agreyata and Saumyata, which represents the Agnishomiyata of the nature, and here represented by Surya and Chandra. Surya, Chandra. So here you should not get some sort of an overemphasis on the Agni, but it is a general statement to show that this half of the Ritu Chakra is predominated by Surya, and the Guna which predominates in this half, in this part of the Ritu Chakra, is Rukshada. It is Rukshada. That is the predominating feature. Ushnada. Rukshada is the decisive fact. Bhuvaha Saumyan Gunan Shapayanti. Soma Gunas are getting drained. So Rukshada develops. The entire story, we should keep in our mind that this is not a linear thing. It is a chakram. It is a chakram, Rudu chakram. So there is always transition from one to the other. In a cyclic movement, there is always transition from one to the other. It is not a linear thing. Where I use this transition only. So this Ritu Chakram is a cyclic permutation and combination of few dominating gunas. Ruksha Snigdham, Ushna Sheetam, associated with other gunas. Ruksha Snigdham and Ushna Sheetam. Basically, the decisive elements explained in this shloka is the predominance of Rukshada. So when we see that it is Agni
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we find a very beautiful explanation about what is happening in terms of gunas. So sorry, I will read the Ashtanga Sangraham passage once again. As far as the Uttarayanam or Adana Kalam is concerned, Ashtanga Sangraham comments like this. Tayor Adanam Agneyam Tasmin Khalu Kalaswabhava Marga Parigruhitaha Atyartha Ushnagabhastijala Mandalaha Arkaha. So no doubt the sun is very powerful. Atyartha Ushnagabhastijala Mandalaha. That is how Arka is explained. Atyartha Ushnagabhastijala Mandalaha. But don't think that it is limited to one Ritu. We are talking about 3 Ritus. So it is something like an average. Arkaha Tal Sambarkad Vayavahacha. Vayu and sun, they are close companions. There is a general rule that wind follows the sun. It is a general rule. So here, Tal Sambarkad Vayavahacha Aditibra Rukshaha. Nowhere else you will find this sort of an explanation for Vayu. Aditibra Rukshaha Somajam Gunam Upashoshayandaha Jakataha Snehamadadana Rudukramena Ubajanida Raukshaha. That is what is happening. So it is not just a matter of Ushnata alone, but the decisive element here is the Rukshata. Rudukramenopajanida Raukshaha. Rukshan Tikta Kashaya Kadugan Abhiprabalayandaha Nranam Daurbalyam Avahandi. We have to connect this with many other areas. Snehasaro ayam purushaha. So when there is a deprived form or state of sneha, that is going to bring daurbalyam. Because snehasaro ayam purushaha, prakritastu balam sleshma, all these things are to be brought in to this context. So it is about rukshata. Then we will continue. So the 3 rasas explained here are Tikta, Kashaya, Kadukaha, respectively in Shishira, Vasanta and Grishma. We will look into the finer aspect of these 3 rasas and their possibilities and their dominance and the logic behind this dominance, everything after looking into the aspect of Visarga as well. In Visarga, Ridavo Dakshinayanam Varshadayo Visargascha. We are continuing in the shloka. Ridavo Dakshinayanam Varshadayo Visargascha. Yad Balam Visrujatyayam. Yad Balam Visrujatyayam. Yad Balam Visrujati ayam. That is the nature of Visarga Kala. Yad Balam Visrujati. Then Saumyatvad atra Visrujati means that Janayadi. In Charaka we will find the explanation or definition of this Visrujati. Apyam amsham Janayadi Praninam ja balam Janayadi iti Visargaha. That is how it is known as Visarga. So Yad Balam Visrujatyayam. Then he is explaining what is the nature of this Dakshinayanam. Dakshinayanam Visarga Kalam Saumyatvad Somo hi Balavan. Saumyatvad Somo hi Balavan Hiyade Revi. Hiyade Revi. Revi Hiyade. Then Megha Vrishti Anilaihi Shidaihi शीतैः मेघवृष्ट्यनिलैः शान्ततापे महीतले महीतलम on the periphery bhupristham it is shantatapam. Inside it need not be so. So shantatape mahitale snigdhasche hamlalavana madhuraha balino rasa. Snigdhasche hamlalavana madhuraha iha snigdhaha amlalavana madhuraha balinaha rasaha iha snigdhaha amlalavana madhuraha balinaha rasaha. Then the next is Shide agryam vrishtigharme alpam balam madhyam tu sheshayoho. Shide agryam vrishtigharme alpam balam madhyam tu sheshayoho. Shide balam agryam. We have two Shida Ritus explained here, Hemandam and Shishiram. Vrishtigharma, Varsham and Grishma, Balam, Alpam. Sheshayoho tu Madhyam. There are two others. That is, our Sharat is there. One is Sharat, and we have Vasandam also. So in Vasanta Ritu and Sharat Ritu, the Balam is Madhyam. Madhyam tu Sheshayoho. Now we will find something more about all these concepts explained. Please listen. Number one is Marga Swabhavataha. I think before that we should see the Sangraha as well regarding the Dakshinayana. Sangraha comments like this. Visargastu Saumyaha. Visargaha tu Saumyartu. Saumyayana. Tasminnapi Kala Marga Meghawada Varshabhihada Prabhave Dakshinayanage Arke. It is very interesting. Previously, we were seeing Kala Swabhava Marga Parigrihitaha Atyartha Ushnagabhastijala Mandalaha Arkaha Tal Sambarkad Vayavaha Cha. So there it was about the hot sun and his companion Ruksha Vayu. Here the elements are different. Here we see Kala Marga Megha Vada Varsha Abhihada Prabhave Dakshinayinage Arke. Here Arka is having, Arka is Surya, is having some sort of an affliction, some sort of an avaranam. By the Kala Marga Swabhavam is there. Number one, presence of Megha Vada Varsha. So because of this presence of Megha Vada Varsha, there is an Abhihada Prabhava Surya. Suryan is Abhihada Prabhavaha. Then who dominates? Shashinicha Avyahada Bale. Shashinicha Avyahada Bale. Shashi, Chandra. So Chandraha is Avyahada Balaha. So what happens? Shishirabhihi Bhabhihi. Shishiram Sheetam. Bhabhihi Rashmibhihi. Shishirabhihi Bhabhihi Shashwad Apyayamane Mahindra Salila Prashanda Sandabe. So here everything is getting more and more cool. Jagati Arukshaha Rasaha Pravardhande. See, the word used is Aruksham. It is again not related to the Sheetam, but it is more about Aruksham. Aruksham is Snigdham. Jagati Aruksha. Then why couldn't he use the word Snigdhaha rasaha pravardhante? We will find it. We will find it. So Jagati Arukshaha rasaha pravardhante amla lavana madhuraha yathakramam. Amla lavana madhuraha yathakramam. So in Varsha it is Amlam, Sharat it is Lavanam, in Hemandam it is Madhuram. Balam cha upajiyate nranam. Balam cha upajiyate nranam. So we should understand the way in which things are explained in Ashtanga Hridayam and Ashtanga Sangraham. There we saw that Megha Vrishti Anilaihi Shidaihi Shandatabe Mahitale Atra Revihi Hiyade Saumyatvad Somahahi Balavan. So everything is put in a nutshell. Interesting. So these things, number one, Marga Swabhavam is very critical. We have no escape. The way in which the sun is shifting from the north to the south and the south to the north, Marga Swabhavam. It is some sort of a preset. You cannot reset it. It is preset. Then what is happening to the Snigdhada of Bhumi? And who is going to get associated? So we should have a broader idea with a circle in front of us. We should have a circle in front of us. The Agneyam here just means Saumya Viparitam. Saumya Viparitam. Then it grabs the Saumya Gunas in Adhanam. Snigdhata is steadily coming down and Rukshata is increasing. And as an Anubandha, Ushna is also increasing. Uttarayanam starts with the Shishiram. Shishiram, everyone knows that it is a Sheetartu. Hemandam and Shishiram are Sheetartu. And we have seen that Shide Agryam Balam. So Uttarayanam starts with a Rutu called Shishiram, which is Sheetam, where the Balam is Agryam. But with time, up to the end of Grishmam, slowly the Shaityam is getting replaced by Ushnam. So there is a transition. Sheetam and Snigdham was the beginning, but the Rukshada comes in to the center stage. So from Snigdhada to Rukshada, there is a transition. That is what we see in Uttarayanam. So by the end of Uttarayanam, by the peaking of Grishma, Balam is Alpam. Vrishtigharme Alpam. Rukshada is top. That is what is happening. In between, we have got another Rutu between Shishiram and this Grishmam, which is known as Vasandam. So if we take these three Rutus of Uttarayanam, I would say, please listen, Shishiram was dominated by Sheetam and certain amount of Snigdhada. and the balam was agriam. In Vasantam, I would say it as Shidoshnam, where Ushnam is creeping in and Shidam is slowly receding, and Snigdhada comes further down. So, for a schematic representation or a diagrammatic representation, if I use two upward arrows of Snigdhada in Shishiram, in Vasantam, it will be one upward arrow. I can find many questions being aired while I say this, because Vasantam is Kabhakopakalam. So how can you say that the Snigdhada comes down to 1 point when compared with the Shishiram? We will find it. Then next Ritu is Grishmam. Ushnam is in the center stage. Snigdham recedes completely. All of a sudden, Rukshada increases to 3 upward arrows. So in Uttarayanam, we find Shishiram with Shidam and 2 upward arrows of Snigdham. Vasantam, Shidoshnam with 1 upward arrow of Snigdham. And Grishmam, Ushnam with 3 upward arrows of Rukshada. 3 upward arrows of Rukshada. And the rasas here are, in Shishiram it is Tiktam. So there is a question, why can't we put Madhuram there? Because it is Shidam and 2 upward arrows of Snigdhada. Shidam and Snigdham. Ideally it can be Madhuram, isn't it? But that does not happen. That does not happen because of the conflicting entry of Rukshada into it. Slowly Rukshada. So there is a conflicting atmosphere of Snigdhada being encountered by Rukshada in Shishiram, where because of the Marga Swabhavam of Sun, Snigdhada is not going to get any ground support, whereas Rukshada is going to get an upper hand. That is why there is no possibility of Madhura Rasa in Shishiram. Otherwise, definitely, by all means, Madhura could have dominated in Shishiram. But that is not going to happen because of the Marga Swabhava, Kala Swabhava of Sun and the Ruksha force of time. In Vasantam, Sankramam more predominant. In Shishiram it was not there. Snigdhada further comes down. Snigdhada further comes down, but still there is a Snigdhada. And because of the presence of the Ushnam, as we all know, the Snigdhada, whatever is remaining, go to a stage of Vilayanam. Go to a stage of Vilayanam. This Vilayanam is the sole responsible element for the Kabhavruddhi in Vasantam. Otherwise, definitely we could have explained or expected Kabhavruddhi in Shishiram. No doubt. Skannatvanna pragupyati. Tulyevi dehe kalecha. Skannatvanna prakupyati. That is what is happening. Otherwise, Shishiram was the perfect match for Kabha. But for want of Ushnam, it was not happening. But here, even though the Snigdhada in Vasantam is less than the Snigdhada in Shishiram, just because of the presence of Ushnada, Kabha Vilayanam is happening, Sneha Vilayanam is happening. So it is again a conflicting condition where Rukshada is going to control the show, but whatever Snigdhada is there in a Vilayita form because of the presence of the Ushna, but Shita is not completely absent. So you see, there is Shita Ushnada and Snigdha Rukshada present in Vasandam, and the rasa manifested became Kashaya Rasam, which is a Ruksha Rasam Shita Virya, which is a Ruksha Rasam Shita Virya. We find lot of conflicting ideas here. Even though there is Kabha Vilayanam, there is no full support for the Kabha. There is Snigdha Vilayanam, but there is no full support for Snigdhada. That is why a Ruksha Rasa manifests here. Even though there is Ushnata, the Shaityam is not fully receded, and the Rasa became Guru Ruksha Shita Kashaya Rasa. From Piktam, transition moves to Kashayam. In the third Ritu of Uttarayanam, which is Grishmam, which is perfectly Ushnam, and the Rukshada is 3+. Rukshada is 3+. Obviously, the Balam is Alpam. In Vasandam, we saw that it is a Madhya Balam because of that supporting and contradictory elements are present. It is Madhya Balam. Here, it is always against the Saumyata, Snigdhata of Shariram, so it becomes Alpa Balam. Ushnam plus 3+ Ruksham. That is what is Grishmam. Obviously, the Rasa becomes Kadu. Rasa means Kadu. This is how we end up with the Uttarayanam. From this Uttarayanam, when we switches over to the Dakshinayanam, it is again a Chakrigam. It's a Chakrigam, no doubt. It is not linear, it is cyclic. So from Grishma, we are switching over to Varsha. It is the beginning of the Dakshinayanam. So we find that the sun has moved from the southern end to the northern and reached the northern extreme, and then started moving back to the southern end. So there is a 100% reversal of events, isn't it? It is started moving in the other direction. So obviously there is a shift. What is happening here? From that Ushna, Rukshadhika, Ruksham was 3+ the Grishmam, we switches over to Varsha to Ushnam is there, but because of the presence of this Megham, Jalam, Sheetam also creeps in. Sheetam by the presence of Jalam, Vrishti. Jalam is obviously Snigdham. So again, as we saw in the case of Vasandam, in Varsham we find a conflict developing in. Ushnam continues, but because of the presence of Jalam, Sheetam and Snigdham also enters. So Ushnam is getting a fight with the Sheetam, Ruksham is getting a fight with the Snigdham, but Ruksham is still present, but little bit down. So I would say that when it was 3+ in Grishmam, now it is 2+. Whereas Ushnam is getting slowly dampened by the Jalam. In this situation, Amla Rasa manifesting. Amla Rasa manifesting. Snigdha Ushna Amla Rasa. Snigdha Ushna Amla Rasa. Because of the presence of Jalam, Snigdham fights back with the Ruksham. Obviously, because of the Marga Swabhavam of the Surya, Ruksham is not getting that support as it used to get in Grishmam. So the rasam becomes snigdhoshna amlam. Then balam is still agriam. Sorry, alpam. Balam is still alpam. Then in the next Ritu, which is Sharat, we know it is Pittagopakalam. The Shaityam, which we were enjoying by the presence of rains, Vrishti, stops. So practically it is becoming Ushnam. Rukshada comes further down, maybe 1 point, if not absent. Snigdhada gets 2+. So practically Sharat becomes Ushna Snigdham. It becomes Ushna Snigdham, and the Rasa becomes Lavanam. Balam becomes Madhyam. Rasam becomes Madhyam. In Sharat, Snigdha Ruksham associated with Ushnam, Rasam is Lavana. Balam is Madhyam. Coming further down to Hemandam, there is no Ushnam. It is a Shaityartu, so perfect Shaityam. Rukshada completely recedes. It becomes Snigdham 3+. So Hemanda Subhavam is Shidam with abundance of Snigdhada. Balam becomes Agryam and Rasam becomes Madhuram. Rasam becomes Madhuram. So if you put this in a circle in Ritu Chakram, we can find that from Shishiram to Grishmam, which is Surya predominant, Shishiram is Snigdharuksham with Sheetam, Vasandam is Ruksha Snigdham with Ushnam, Grishmam is Ruksham with Ushnam. I will repeat. Shishiram is Snigdharuksham with Sheetam, Vasandam is Ruksha Snigdham with Ushnam, Grishmam is Ruksham with Ushnam. Then entering into the Dakshinayanam, Varsham is Ruksha Snigdham with Sheetam, Sharat is Snigdha Ruksham with Ushnam, Hemandam is Snigdham with Sheetam. With this diagrammatic representation, you will find how the things are getting changed from one figure, one stage to the other, how the rasas are becoming more conspicuous in each Ritu, and how the bala swings between these 3 points, Agryam, Madhyam, Alpam, again Madhyam, Agryam, again Madhyam, Alpam. So it is a swing from one end to the other, along with the movement of sun from the northern end to the southern end, then from the southern end to the northern end. So it is all about Shidam Snigdham Ushnam Ruksham. Shidam Snigdham Ushnam Ruksham. I do not know how far I succeeded in complicating the ideas, but in any case, we have to have a good idea about what is happening in the Ritus, because as we saw the other day, Kalo Hinama Bhagavan, we are all within, inside, under the clutches of Kalam. And there are many applications as well. Whereas in Chikilsa, we will find that Graishma prayo marutpitte vasandak kabhamarude marudo yogavahitvad kabhapitte tu sharadaha. Kabhapitte tu sharadaha. Sharat is snigdha dominant, ruksha less supporting with ushnam. If you focus on later the sharat charya, this snigdha ruksha with ushnam is the predominating cause, situation or ambience which brings about rakta shonita dushti. Snigdha ruksha with ushnam, it brings about sharatkala swabhavacha shonidam sampradushyati. So marudo yogavahitvad, we find Graishma prayo marutpitte vasanda kabhamarude. Kabhapitte tu sharadaha. Kabhapitte tu sharadaha. So this snigdha rukshada with ushnam causes kabhapitta dushti. Snigdha ruksha combination with ushnam causes kabhapitta dushti. And if you look at the pathyapathya nirnayam, the sadapathyam category, Shilayed category of ahara vihara, especially ahara, will be in tune with Sharabhritucharya. Mudgam is ruksham, still it is kabhapitta shamanam, that is why it is sadapathyam. Masham is snigdham, but it is kabhapitta dushtikaram, that is why it is sada apathyam. Masham is balyam, mudgam is not that balyam, but still you are advised to use mudgam regularly and not masham, because masham is kabhapitta karam, mudgam is kabhapitta haram. So this Rutu Chakram has got lots of applications in clinic, lots of applications. So in the selection of Aushadha Dravyas, Pathya, Ahara Vihara, everything. So this is very important. Please look into these ideas. If required, we will try to discuss this once again, and I think I request everybody to read what we read. Might some weird thoughts, but please put your mind into it seriously and come up with some more points. I would like to get some more points. We are not at all in a hurry. Slowly we will move forward with the proper discussions. So I think we will stop here. Nilesh, I think we will stop today, and let us see. So thank you one and all.
Yes, definitely, sir, definitely. There are few questions popping up that can you explain Kashayaras in Vasanta again? And I think people are very eager to hear about this Rutucharya. So as you told, we will continue with the same things in our next session, sir.
We will continue. I think quick answers are not sufficient in this context. We need some sort of a contemplation, some sort of a look deep into exercise for understanding what we were discussing. So I think most of the questions will be answered once you look into the ideas seriously, and if at all something is still there, definitely we will discuss.
Yes, definitely, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And
so shall we conclude?
Yes, sir. Sure. We'll conclude.
Okay,
sir.
Okay. Wish you all a great weekend. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.